Story of the fight followers, we're not going to have a regular live recording like we do every other week due to the fact that our boy Will got married. Congratulations, Will and Katie. Outside of that, UFC 278 went down last night, and there was a lot of things to talk about, so we want to put some content out there. So here's the UFC 278 recap in 3 minutes or less. We had the kick heard around the world, Leon Edwards knocking out Kamaru Usman. There was a lot of humble pie being served out last night, and the biggest slice going out to Kamaru. Before the fight, we had Ali Abdelaziz talking about a fight between Kamaru and Yuri Prochazka, saying Yuri Prochazka would be an easy fight. He is swallowing and eating those words now. Kamaru Usman proven again last night that anything can happen on any given night. This is why I love the sport. We have Leon Edwards, who was the first Jamaican-born fighter to win a championship in the UFC. Congratulations, Leon Edwards. It's back to the drawing board for Kamaru Usman. I mean, the most logical thing would be a rematch, right? Staying on the topic of humble pie, we had Luke Rockhold that went up against Paulo Costa last night. Luke Rockhold is somebody that comes through as very arrogant and conceited. Can you really blame the guy, though? I mean, he's a Ralph Lauren model. He was a UFC world champion. I know I don't understand the guy. I've never been asked to model anything, and I didn't even win the kickball tournament at my work. That being said, Luke Rockhold won an absolute war with Paulo Costa. He did look exhausted after the first round, and Paulo Costa took advantage, hitting him with some huge shots, working into the body. But Luke Rockhold hung in there all 3 rounds with one of the gnarliest scenes in the 3rd round where he's in Paulo Costa's guard, and he's rubbing his blood all over Paulo Costa's face, something I'll never forget. And Luke Rockhold retired at the end, which is something that I think is long overdue. Congratulations to Luke Rockhold for a fantastic MMA career, all the way from Strikeforce to the UFC. He's somebody that should be remembered. We also had the one and only King of Rio, Jose Aldo, going up against Merab Dvalishvili. Merab showing that Jose Aldo still has a little bit of a struggle with his cardio. He was able to keep pressure on Jose Aldo for 3 rounds straight. After the first round, you could see that Jose Aldo struggled and started to dwindle quite a bit. Merab clinching Jose Aldo up against the cage, and there's a lot of fans that were upset about it, but don't forget it's Jose Aldo's job to get out of that position. So Merab did a great job imposing his will and his game plan on Jose Aldo. Fantastic performance by Merab Dvalishvili. There was also Romanov versus Tybura. Everybody's super high on Romanov. He's coming in 16-0, and everybody's high on him for good reason. You saw it in the first round. He's suplexing Tybura, tossing him around, ragdolling him, but it was the experience of Tybura that ended up paying off, winning the next 2 rounds. Congratulations, Tybura, handing him his first loss. That's all the time I got. Please make sure that you leave comments down below so we could still interact with everybody this week. I would love to know what everybody thought of the UFC 278 fights.